At 5:30, rapper YNW Melly back in court today, asking a judge to grant him some bond.
Melly will be retried on charges. He murdered his childhood best friend, then tried to make it look like a drive-by shooting. Local 10's Magdala Misan live in Fort Lauderdale with today's developments. Magdala.
Louis and Christy, both sides presented their points on why he should or should not bond out. And right now, at this moment, this decision is really in the hands of a Broward County judge. Rapper YNW Melly, whose real name is Jamel Demons, defense team says he has been in jail long enough. The rapper has been in a Broward County jail since 2019. He's accused of murdering two of his friends. In a special bond hearing called an Arthur hearing, the defense team laid out a number of reasons why their client should be free while he waits for his retrial in 2027. His attorneys say there's a house in Broward County that the rapper can live in. They brought in a security expert to testify the home will have the cameras it needs to monitor all of his moves in the house.
Because you want complete visibility at all times, so you can make sure when you're involved that the court's order is being complied with, correct?
Yes, because I don't want myself in a situation where
Another point for the defense, they claim the rapper could have psychological breakdowns because he's alone in solitary confinement. The prosecution offered a different opinion, telling the judge YNW Melly has an open dorm to himself with a shower, TV, and a basketball court, and can also see a psychologist. Prosecutors even had a deputy read some letters the rapper wrote that says he loves it here.
They moved me to another jail. It's way better here. I get a whole unit to myself. I'm out all day and I got a rec yard, personal indoor basketball court all to myself. It's like a mansion. They treat me way better here.
His mom is in the hallway crying when she hears the testimony about how her child lives. And so I think to say that it's going to be no better when at least he is released so he can feel the tenderness, the hug of his mom.
And to give you more context on how long this has been going on, this rapper went in when he was 19 years old. He will be turning 27 tomorrow. The judge weighing in both sides and will make a decision soon. He did not say, though, when that will be. We're live in Fort Lauderdale. I'm Magdala, we send Local 10.
Y'all read that title, but before y'all get in the comments and say, nah, Melly ain't coming home, let me explain the difference from now and prior bond hearings. But first, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Music 101, the street reporter, and I'm back with another video. Let's get into it. What just happened in court today gave YNW Melly, his legal team, his family, and fans hope for the first time in 7 years. Prior bond hearings, we knew from the moment he stepped in that courtroom, he was gonna be denied. But what we witnessed today showed the judge and everyone watching that Jamel Maurice Demons deserve a bond. Let me break it down. According to a BSO officer who was examined by Melly lawyer, Kerry, he confirmed that Melly is being watched 24 hours a day. Now here's where things get interesting. Melly is not allowed to see or hear any inmates or detainees. The officer even admitted that nobody is able to see or hear Melly at all. So yeah, we talking about serious isolation. But the officer did try to paint a narrative that Melly wrote a letter explaining that he's able to play basketball by himself and watch TV. He even said he's living in a mini mansion like. Now, this officer tried to paint the narrative that Melly is comfortable in his living conditions, that Melly is comfortable being locked up, but that's not the case. Where he just came from, he was in a damn hole for like 23 hours a day. So yeah, when he's able to take showers when he want, when he able to watch TV and play basketball by himself, he locked up, but he's thankful for more freedom than he had before. But check it out.
So as to the Paul Ryan facility, the current housing for Mr. Demons, I want to talk with you about that. How is he currently housed at Paul Ryan?
Paul Ryan right now, he's housed in a unit. He's in a unit by himself. Give or take a 30 cell unit with the emergency response team deputy that supervises him 24 hours a day.
And when you talk about an emergency response deputy, they're dressed how?
Usually more tactical attire, not like wrong dressing.
Okay. Are there any present?
Yes.
And where are they?
Yeah, a couple of them. Sorry. Got a couple in the back of the room over there. One right over there.
Okay. And so and I'm not saying him, but the man standing up in the back, I'll just use as an example. A person like that is placed in the cell block with Mr. Demmons.
Correct.
And are they all he's?
No,
Okay.
he or she.
Does he or she have eyes on Mr. Demmons?
I mean, they're in the unit and with him, but they don't have necessarily, they're not in the shower with him, that's why I'm asking for your
Okay.
straight.
But they're able to otherwise see all his activities.
Yes.
And other than the deputy that is in the cell with him, are there any other deputies that come in and out of the cell?
Other supervisors that may come through on shift, around, things of that nature.
Other than supervisors, any other deputies?
No, it's an emergency response team detail right now.
Okay, and because there's a lot of other deputies that work in the
Correct.
And what about other personnel? Any other personnel
Yes.
allowed in there?
Yeah, you have nurses, mental health professionals that can come in. There's a request for like any kind of religious chaplain type thing, if you need anybody, things of that nature, other requests and other types of services like that.
And is he allowed, but otherwise, it's basically him and the ERT officer,
Correct.
24 hours a day.
Correct.
So the Paul Ryan facility has 2 separate dorms on one floor.
Not 2 separate dorms, there's numerous pods, if you will, within a floor.
Okay. When I go there, there's, I think, a B and C or A and C.
Okay, yeah, those are towers, but yeah, there are 2 different towers, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So there's 2 towers. Within those towers, there's multiple dorms.
Yeah, multiple housing areas or pods, yeah.
So when, I know when I come visit, there's no movement allowed in either tower while I'm there. Is that right?
Yes, when he's visiting, yes, the movement shut down.
So when Mr. Demmons sees a lawyer, the towers, both towers are basically shut down.
Anywhere that he may be going, yes.
And so obviously in order to see the lawyer first, we've got to clear out the towers in order to be able to see him.
Yes.
Because he is not allowed within sight or sound of any inmate. Is that
Correct.
And that's kind of how the rule is. No sight and no sound.
Correct.
So you cannot hear another person speaking, right?
Other than people we talk about.
Right. No other detainee or other person.
Correct.
Of that
No
nature.
other detainee.
Can't have eyes on any other human being except for a person in uniform. And as you said, if he's had a nurse's call or something.
Yeah, medical personnel or vendors.
And likewise, nobody is allowed to see or hear him other than the people we've talked about.
Correct. Other than written correspondence.
So with regards to Mr. Demmons, we've talked about sort of the physical setup of how he is housed. Is he allowed to call anyone?
No.
And how long has that been since he's allowed to have phone contact with anybody on the outside world other than lawyers?
I would hate to guess. It's been a while. I have no idea how long.
If the records reflect maybe 2021,
I'll agree to that. Yeah, I have no idea.
Damn!
I know that long.
and how about his ability to visit with family, his mom, his grandma, his great-grandma? Is he able to do any video visitation with friends or family?
No, just attorneys.
So the only people, other than people in uniform or working for BSO, that he's allowed to speak with, video visit with, have in-person contact with, are his lawyers.
Correct.
And with regards to the lack of phone privileges, visitation with anybody else, and being in segregation, again, probably around the end of 2021. Sound about accurate?
Like I said, it's been a while, so I mean, what are the record reflects?
Now with Mr. Demons, when he was in custody at age 19, he did get in a fight with some other inmates, right?
I believe so, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
On the record.
But since 2019, there has not been a single time that Mr. Demons has been in a fight with other inmates, right?
Not that I recall, but that's what the record shows.
And there's not a single time while he has occasionally disobeyed orders and been disrespectful to staff, there's not a single time he has attacked any VSO officer, is there?
Not that I know.
If you could just read me the highlighted portion.
Sure. They moved me to another jail. It's way better here. I get a whole unit to myself. I'm out all day and I got a rec yard, personal indoor basketball court all to myself. It's like a mansion. They treat me way better here. Food is better. I don't have a cell. It's open day and I watch TV all day. Just something. Just me and God.
Showing you states 2 in evidence. If you could read me the highlighted portion.
They moved me to another jail. I don't curse.
You won't be cursing, you're just reading what's in
I don't
evidence.
S-H-R-T, can I spell it?
Sure.
Thank you. Way better food. I got a whole unit to myself with a basketball court, TV all day, the same S word. This be like a mini mansion via. I can walk around all day and same S word, I wish in the box. Well, they call me mailman, so I call it a mailbox.
And showing you states 3. You could just read that highlighted portion.
Oh yeah, they moved me to a way better jail. I explained it in the letter. So Michelle, I can't read this. Michelle Reed into you. I think it says Marshall Reed, Michelle Reed into you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm innocent, and Mama, I love you. P.O.P. all the time.
YNW Melly's grandmother stated that she recently wrote a letter to him that was returned to the sender. She showed a copy of it in court. She also told his lawyer, Drew Finley, that Melly will honor his commitments to attend court if he's granted bond.
So I want to ask you some questions that are important for the reasons that we're here today.
Yes.
You know that he got into the music business in his teens, correct?
Yes.
Okay. To the best of your knowledge, did Mr. Demons, Jamel Demons, your grandson, ever get a driver's license?
No.
Did your grandson ever get a passport to leave the United States?
No.
And so he has no driver's license and no passport, correct?
That is correct.
All right. Now, when you remember that he, in 2019, was arrested, do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. And you know that he has been in custody now for 7 years?
Yes.
Okay. I want to talk about the contact that you've had with him since 2019, okay? Is that fair? Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay. Before his arrest, would it be fair to say that you spent a lot of time with him?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and as far as you know, all the other family members spent a lot of time with him?
Not every last one of them.
But
a
which
few
ones
of them.
which ones did he spend the most time with?
He spent the most time with me, his grandmother Justine, his mom, his brother, and his sister.
And what about his great-grandmother?
Yes, Justine.
Oh, okay. Now, after he was arrested in 2019, did you, as best you could, were you able to, at first, keep in contact with him?
Yes.
What were the methods by which you kept in contact with him?
I would write him.
Okay. Did you have any physical meetings with him while he was in custody?
I only got a chance to visit him a few times, and then everything just came to a complete stop. No communication at all.
Okay. And when you said a complete stop, you were prohibited from person-to-person meetings with him?
Yes, we couldn't go visit him. He wasn't receiving any mail.
No telephone contact?
No phone contact. I recently wrote my grandson, here's the card, return to sender.
And you sent that to him at the jail?
Yes.
And to the best of your knowledge, other family members, did they try sending him letters as well?
Yes.
And did their letters get sent back similarly to yours?
I can't answer that because I don't know for sure.
Okay, thank you. Now, has it been difficult for you at least to not have physical, telephone, even written correspondence contact with your grandson?
Yes, it broke my heart not being able to communicate, not knowing where his mental mind is, just to hear his voice. Yes, it was very difficult.
Now, I neglected to ask you, you're full-time employed?
Yes, I am.
And what type of work do you do, ma'am?
I am a deli clerk at Publix.
Okay, how long have you been with them?
11 years.
Okay, good for you. If His Honor grants that request, do you feel confident that you at least will be there to physically support, emotionally support, psychologically support your grandson?
Yes.
Okay. And have you had the opportunity to talk to other relatives, such as his great-grandmother and some of the cousins and uncles and aunts that you mentioned?
Yes.
Is it your understanding that if His Honor allows Mr. Demons a release pending his trial, that the other family members will support him throughout that period of time?
Yes.
Okay. Is it your understanding that the family members will do their best as loved ones to make sure that he honors the terms and conditions, whatever they may be, as set forth by His Honor?
Yes.
Just 1 second. 1 second, Your Honor. Ma'am, I know that when he was first born, you all were in Ohio and then you immediately moved to Florida, correct?
Not immediately, but shortly.
Okay. After a couple years?
Yes.
Okay. And based on the fact that I've had time to speak to you before, other than that, to your knowledge, Mr. Demons has never lived anywhere outside the state of Florida, correct?
Never.
Okay. And his living would have been Vero Beach area and also right before his arrest, the Broward County area, correct?
Yes.
But again, other than when he was a little baby, never lived anywhere outside the state of Florida.
Yes.
That's all, Your Honor.
No questions from the state, Your Honor.
Thank you.
The general manager of Honey K Management testified and said it's difficult trying to manage YNW Melly while he's detained. She also said they already have a house with a studio set up and he has to work. He won't have no access to social media and says it would not be an issue if he was granted bond.
Ma'am, can you please identify what your employment is?
I am the general manager of 100K Management.
And where are you physically located with 100K Management?
I reside in Queens, New York, and we work remote.
Okay. And where are the physical locations of 100K Management?
In Broward, County, Florida.
Okay. Can you describe to His Honor what 100K Management is?
So we are the management company for artists and recording artists. We also have athletes and enter into production as well. But we pretty much assist in guiding the careers of our artists.
Okay. And can you explain to His Honor what a management company is?
So management, we pretty much just help, like I said, manage the career of artists. We help with branding, obtaining deals for our artists, making sure that delivery of product is always on time to their respective labels, and we also assist in some personal life matters as well, but mostly with their careers.
And now, when did you first start with the 100K management?
So I first started in 2020 as an intern, and then I officially became the general manager in January of last year, 2025.
Okay. Now, to be clear with His Honor, you never met Mr. Demons, correct?
No, sir.
Okay. At the request of the defense, did you, however, as general manager, review the employment records of Mr. Demons?
Yes, I have reviewed all records.
Okay. And as general manager, even though you've never met him and he's been incarcerated for more than 7 years, he continues to be a client of 100K management, correct?
Yes.
And so you've actually been managing his work, having never met him?
Yes.
Okay. If you'd be so kind as to explain what it means to be managing someone who's actually incarcerated.
It's a little bit difficult. We obviously don't have a lot of contact or any contact really, so a lot of the decisions are based on what is best for our client, and just making sure that we make the best decisions and make sure that things are handed in on time to help assist in furthering his career with what we have.
Okay. Now, from reviewing his records, when did he first become a client of 100K management?
2017, and then he signed with management.
Okay. And from reviewing his records, were you able to determine, so you can explain to the court, was he somebody that fulfilled his obligations? In other words, if he was required to write music, perform music, record music, was he meeting those expectations, or was he a lazy employee? If you could just explain to His Honor what you've been able to determine from reviewing his work records.
Yes, I was able to determine that everything was handed in on time. Everything was, regularly processed, no issues. If there was a request asked of Mr. Demons, it was always fulfilled in a timely manner. And from my records, I have no issues.
Now, for the court's understanding, you're a management company. Does he have a label?
Yes, he does.
And who would that be?
300 Entertainment.
Okay. And is that a division of a major corporation?
Yes.
And who is that? Who is 300 a division of?
Atlantic Music Group.
Okay. Would it be fair to say that's a huge corporation?
Yes.
And is Mr. Demons still under that label?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is the difference, so His Honor can understand, and all of us, between a management company and a label? What does the label do?
So label is really more on the distribution of the music, and sometimes funding of the music, but management is a lot more hands-on. We help with, sometimes the creation, whether that's setting up studio, we work on clearances, we work on, obtaining features for artists, things like that. And then, as I said earlier, also just helping with the branding of the products and the branding of the artists as well.
Okay. And does the label continue to maintain its relationship after 7 years with Mr. Demons?
Yes.
And without getting too specific about all the different music he's done, let me go back and ask this. When Mr. Demons recorded music, and if he makes bond continues to record music, is it fair to say that these corporate entities vet the music that's released?
Yes, we always vet everything that is released. There's a pretty lengthy process. There's listening meetings, as I said, there's clearances, so we really have to make sure and go through everything to make sure that everything is essentially cultured to be released to the public.
And that's lyrical as well, correct?
Yes.
So it is vetted by transactional people, whether it be lawyers or executives, review the music of Mr. Demons then, and that would be now as well, correct?
Yes, all of the above.
Okay. Okay, and what I'm trying to be clear, we hear a lot of cases in these courtrooms, this is very different than 3 guys renting out a studio and just writing songs.
Yes,
correct? This is very corporate focused.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you, is it your understanding that you understand why we're here, we're seeking the court to issue an order to establish certain conditions under which Mr. Demons can be released on bond before his trial. You understand that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so, Your Honor, we've been in contact with the state about an address that he would stay at if he made bond, and the state agrees with us that we should not publish that address. We'll have another witness get to it, and we're happy to approach at some point. We've agreed via email to just sidebar and give that information, Your Honor. There'll be another witness, our 5th witness will talk about his inspection, but he's been told not to reveal the address.
Understood.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, does the company own a home, and please don't talk about the address, in Broward County that they're prepared to let Mr. Demons stay in should he be released on bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is there a recording studio built into the home that he can do work?
Yes.
Okay. And is it your understanding that if he is released on bond, under whatever conditions the court sets forth, that he will, from your side and the label side, be expected to produce work?
Yes.
Okay. And based on what you viewed before, do you see anything that would indicate that there would be any problems with that in terms of him meeting expectations?
Not to my knowledge.
We'll be later asking the court in our conditions of release that he be prohibited from social media. And we understand that's even more important now than ever. Would he still be able to fulfill his work requirements if he's prohibited from using social media?
Yes, he would. Yeah.
Just 1 second. That's all, Your Honor.
State cross-examination.
No questions from the state, Your Honor.
YNW Melly lawyer Drew Finley, his closing statements was basically denying everything the state has presented in the past and also explaining why YNW Melly deserved a bond. But I must be honest, at some points, the judge wasn't buying what he was selling.
And set a reasonable bond. And I'm going to talk in a second about the conditions of release that can be reasonable. And I first want to talk about protecting the community from risk of physical harm. There was nothing presented in the case regarding Mr. Demons that is any way involves his threat to the community. And most important to me is when we talk about this second process is assuring the integrity of the judicial process. So I want to talk about the conditions of release that we would suggest. First, I want the court to think about the testimony that we just heard from Matthew Norman, a distinguished forensic psychiatrist that honestly, you heard he's from Georgia. I've really been more against him than with him. We've had some battles through the years, and he's an incredibly ethical and devoted to this issue and all forensic issues regarding mental health. It's worthy of note to me that the state had no cross-examination. And in like fashion, I know that last year there was, I think at the hearing they were going to offer somebody and they served notice like the day before, and we would never do that. We served notice in plenty of time, and I'm sure that that's something the state looked into. But here's what I'm also sure of, just like there was no cross-examination. There's not a mental health expert in America that would agree that these conditions that we heard about are healthy for somebody that went into custody at 19. There's no need to cross-examine because there's nothing to ask, because it's irrefutable what we heard. It's irrefutable. It's irrefutable that 27% of Mr. Demons' life has been incarcerated without having been found guilty of a single offense. If we look at him from the time offense, if we look at him from the time offense, if we look at him from the time he was turned majority in the state of Florida, 30.5% of his life has been incarcerated. I've looked into the cognitive state, begins, they say, at 3 years old. So his cognitive state of his existence would be 87.5% of his cognitive life has been sitting in a jail under these conditions. And so we have to come up with something over these 8 months to get him out of these set of conditions. Because, Your Honor, I've traveled. I'm just telling you, I've traveled to the ruralest areas of Mississippi, the ruralest areas of Louisiana, the ruralest areas of Alabama, and have never seen the conditions that were described here. This is the single worst thing I have ever heard. And anybody that's a member of the bar, it is shocking to the legal conscience that this has taken place to somebody unconvicted. We've heard that there's been no shanks. We've heard that he's not punched anybody, been in fights with anybody, been in big events at the jail. But we wanted to see him last night. And we couldn't see him because we had to wait till everybody clears the floor so we could see little 5'6", 112-pound Jamal Demons. It's unbelievable. And so we believe that, as you heard, humans need contact. We need him to be of clear mind because the state of Florida, the Broward County State Attorney's Office, is seeking the death penalty. Now, any lawyer who knows this isn't a death case. Nothing about this is a death case. That's just a bunch of crap. It's not a death case. This is, let's get a death-qualified jury case. Okay? It's not a death penalty case. I've tried death penalty cases, and it's how it leads the league in death penalty cases. I feel terrible for two decedents in this case. But it's not a death case. It's not a death case when you're just relying on a hearsay of a guy you handed the case away to. So it's not a death case. And so we think that to get on the other side of isolation, the court should structure a bond at our suggestion. We will furnish the address to the court. We offer up security from a professional company, as we just did. We think there should be 24/7 GPS monitoring. We present to the court a continuum of how we can do the private security. It can either be to and from court, to and from whatever, whenever he leaves, whatever conditions, or the ultimate, which you heard during the cross-examination, if it's 24/7 until now before trial. That's up to the court's discretion. We will meet any obligation that is set forth in a court order. We believe that it should be a condition that, given the history of this case, we've explained to our client there'll be no social media. We're not, Your Honor, I never ask for, I just make it a part of my practice. I don't hit a number. I think that's kind of weird. That's for the court's discretion. The court comes up with the number. And if it's a number, I like to say when I'm in front of judges like yourself, I think bond is aspirational. And because it would be hypocritical of me to just come up with some number. I just think I leave that to the court's discretion. What type of bond the court wants as far as the financial obligation. And just finally, I want to say, this is not, as Dr. Norman said at the tail end of his testimony, just 8 months. 8 months is an enormous amount of time. 8 months is an enormous amount of time when, without having been convicted of a single offense, you've been spending all this time incarcerated. And I'm mindful of what we heard in terms of infractions. But these are infractions of somebody that has been in jail since 19. These are infractions of somebody that has not known, really, adult life. So much of his adult life has been shaped and formed in a county jail. And it is just impossible to judge somebody under that set of circumstances. Any of us that have been teens ourselves or parents, I mean, I sit and think of my kids. What would they be like from great kids from 19 to 27? I can say one thing, they're great lawyers. Two of them are lawyers, but I can tell you one thing, they would have had more infractions than him because of their desire to grow and develop. He's been denied that opportunity to grow and develop. We can't be confused by the fact that he kind of became a musical person. When all said and done, he still went in as a kid. And now he's 27. So I think the state of Florida made a bold statement when they dismissed the other case, and they're living with a case that's primarily relying on a hearsay comment of somebody that was worthy of dismissed murder cases, 2 murder cases. So that's where we are, and we'd ask that you set bond in the manner described.
YNW Melly mother also spoke out and let it be known that the family is in good spirits right now. And although they don't have court tomorrow, but the judge will make a decision. And they just got to keep checking online to see will he be granted bond or not for his 27th birthday. But y'all get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. And if you enjoying the content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on all post notifications. It's free. Do it for me. Hey, and don't forget to hit that hype button in the comment section.
Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. I hype me up.
Hey everybody, I just want to say thank you for all of your prayers and everything for Melly. As you know, we had the bond hearing today, so I know a lot of people are thinking we go back tomorrow to find out what the verdict will be, which is actually his 27th birthday, which would be a great birthday gift. But I just spoke with Drew, and there is no court tomorrow for us, so the ruling will be uploaded online. So we're just gonna keep checking the website for his ruling and praying that they grant my baby bond. You know, it's been a very long time, and I know people didn't believe me when I was saying just how horrible they were treating him, but to hear it come out of that BSO officer's mouth, it really brought it home, and it hurt. Like, it really made me cry, because I don't see how you could treat anybody like that. It's innocent to proven guilty, but they are treating him worse than anybody I've ever heard of. The doctor even said he's never heard of someone being kept up underneath such seclusion and such harsh conditions. I just want him to be able to at least come home until we go to trial, and then he can come home forever, because it's always going to be free Melly. But it is his birthday tomorrow. We're staying positive, and it would be the best birthday gift, you know, if he could be released on his birthday. But once again, thank you everybody. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for all the text messages and DMs. I know I haven't responded a lot. It's been a lot today for me, but I really do appreciate everyone. All right. Love you guys. Just keep praying and watching.
All right, let's talk Melly and his bond hearing. I'm wearing my special GNX shirt for you guys today. So Melly had a bond hearing today, and it's still ongoing. I believe it's 2 o'clock. I think it started at 10. It's almost like a mini trial where they're putting on individuals, and they're doing a really nice job with crossing individuals, putting on individuals about confinement and what it does to a person's psyche. He's been in, I don't know, going on 8 years, I believe. I think I was hired on this case originally way before COVID. So I would say he's probably been in for 7 or 8 years on a case where the original verdict was a hung jury. That goes, in my opinion, to the weakness of the prosecution's case, that they actually had a hung jury. I think his bond should have been considered before this. Also, this case really, in my opinion, should have been a speedy trial in the first 6 to 8 months of the case, but that's spilt milk at this point. I think that They're doing a very nice job today in showing the judge why he deserves a bond, why he should get a bond. Judge Fine should really listen to him. Sometimes Judge Fine does not. It just depends on how this is going to go. I know it's a high-profile case, so the judge is going to be concerned about that. But the right thing to do is put this gentleman on house arrest and let him out today.
Promo alert, promo alert, promo alert. Today is your boy King David. Make sure you follow him on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that like button, comment, and let him know I sent you. He just dropped a new banger, and it's called Get Back. Make sure y'all go check it out. The link will be down in the comment section.
These niggas won't get back and they plot on the enemy. So bitch, if you act up, these niggas about activity. They quick to harm you physically, they want you harmed critically. So enemies simply get shot by artillery.
Promo alert, promo alert, promo alert. Today is your boy Shine Ali. Make sure you go follow him on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that like button, comment, and let him know I sent you. The link will be down below in the comment section. He just dropped a banger called Don't Worry About It. Hey, listen, he stand on his own. He don't condone none of that. Check it out.
Okay. How you get the phone? Don't worry about it. Never mind him here, nobody. Many drink cold, got 4 bodies. Fans come ask on nobody.
Hey, do me a favor. Look down right there to the bottom left and hit that like button for me. Hit that like button right there. I appreciate it. I continue watching. Promo alert. If you need promo, DM me on Instagram at music101CEO. $30 for 1 promo video on my YouTube. $50 for 3 promo videos on my YouTube, $70 for 6 promo videos on my YouTube, and $130 for 12 promo videos on my YouTube channel. Make sure y'all tap in and get that promo if you want to win.
Charleston White, Brick Baby, Loose Cannon, and about 18
If I step, I'm the leader of this 8 shit.